Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Easter Sunday. If you catch this video this Sunday, peace and blessings, everybody. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Welcome back to Voices for the Voiceless. And, man, you will never believe where I'm at. Take a wild guess. Yes, they got your boy working on Easter Sunday, man. This is crazy. I think the person that creates the work schedule is on that powder, y'all. On that powder. Because they had us off Friday for Good Friday, but got us working Saturday and Sunday on Easter. Like, what sense does that make? It just don't make no sense. But anywho, I'm not gonna complain, I'm not gonna complain. I remember when there wasn't no work, I'm gonna take the work while it's available. That you just never know. But anyway, man, get into the subject at hand. And as the title says, Gucci Man and Pooh Shiesty, the dangers of having yes man around you. Man, oh man. And if you haven't heard about this situation, um, Gucci Man, artist Pooh Shiesty, just came home he did about a whole bunch of time. He did like 5 years in the feds. Just came home maybe about 5, 6 months ago under contract with Gucci Man. And long story short, he wanted to get out the contract. Basically met up with Gucci at a studio, had him come through and pull the Draco out on him to try to force Gucci to sign the paperwork to release him from his label. And, basically rob the security that Gucci had with him, which is with like two retired police officers, I believe. And he had another rapper, Pooh Shiesty had another rapper with him, Big 30. His father was with him. He had like 9 or 10 people with him. They were in Dallas, Texas. Now, Pooh Shiesty from Memphis, Tennessee. Gucci from Atlanta. But they was in Dallas, Texas for whatever reason at a multi-million-dollar studio. So cameras are everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what what this guy was thinking, man. See, when I first heard the news, I'm thinking, like, okay, he probably got Gucci, caught him, lacking somewhere. But you got to think about this, man. You had a multi-million-dollar establishment, studio. It's executives there. It's white people there. It's all type of you know red flags as to why you shouldn't do something like this. Let me make something very clear. I don't necessarily if Pooh Shiesty was feeling like Gucci was getting over on him, you can't tell a man how to react when it comes to their money. But it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Like if you gonna get on, like, I'm not really totally against him doing something, getting on gangster with Gucci. It's just he did it like in a stupid way. He should have caught that man lacking somewhere without his security if you was gonna do it that way. Otherwise, you go up, this is business. You know what I'm saying? $1 million business. You not on no back street in Memphis, Tennessee, you know, discussing a drug deal. How you going? And then you got a Draco. You gonna rob your CEO and force him to sign off on some paperwork. Now, I know out of the 10 people that 9 or 10, 12 people he was with, the dangers of yes man around you. Nobody had it in their mind to tell this dude, Pooh Shiesty, this is not what we gonna do. You gonna go back to jail, bro. You got an ankle monitor on you. Nobody thought to tell this man that. Gucci, the same man that made you a millionaire. He the same man that changed your life. He the same man bought you foreign cars, put you in a different, you know what I'm saying, spotlight with your career. You mean to tell me there's no way you two men can't sit down and have a conversation about the future of your contract? It got to a point where you got to pull out a Draco and put it to this man's head. And see, this is where the culture get me at. Oh, Gucci, y'all more worried about Gucci if he snitched or not, more than why in the world would Pooh Shiesty do something so stupid? Like, in a multi-million-dollar studio, then the dude, I'm hearing 30, big 30, he got his phone out recording everything. Like, this ain't the death row days. This ain't Suge Knight. This ain't the 90s, man. Y'all can't roll around kidnapping record execs that got police officers as security. And they once you a police officer, you might as well say you always a police officer. So miss me with that. Right? But see, I'm pretty sure out of the 10 people that was rolling with Pooh Shiesty, at least at least half of them knew this was a bad idea. But nobody said anything. And when you got yes man around you, they'll sit there and watch you crash out. Now, what happened in the end? You got caught. You know, you forced them to sign the contract. That's null and void because that's part of evidence now. That contract don't stick. It's a crime attached to it. So what was the point? And see, we got and people worried about the wrong thing. Like, this ain't how you conduct business, and this is a teachable moment to explain to young men in the streets how to have conflict resolution. People are all Gucci a snitch. That's that man ain't in the streets no more. It should tell you, newsflash, he rolling around with 2 ex-police officers as his security. You think you gonna rob and kidnap retired police officers and you ain't gonna get caught? You a famous rapper. You a millionaire yourself. Yeah, Gucci what you expect them to do? You left him no choice. They got pretty much everything on tape. You know the police officers, they gonna talk. So at that point, it don't matter what Gucci say. It's all, I mean, in addition to what his security gonna say, in addition to the video footage, they gonna look at Gucci like, you really want to play with us? You put Gucci in a situation where he really had no choice. Now he might say, "Oh, I ain't cooperating." Fine, you ain't got to. You want to keep it G and all that, be my guest. But at the end of the day, Gucci Man did not commit the crime with Pooh Shiesty, so he's not held to the same standard. Snitching is when 2 people or more do a criminal activity, one get caught and snitch on the other one to get less time. This man sat up here, like I said, and changed your life. Y'all having differences over your contract. But this the same man that put millions of dollars in your pocket. The moment you pulled out a Draco and put it to that man's head, everything over with. Ain't no more loyalty. Gucci said he thought he was gonna lose his life. So you mean to tell me that he finna sit up here and have some type of loyalty to Pooh Shiesty after you done took this man wedding ring off his fingers? You unscrewed his earrings, took all his possessions off of him, forced him to sign a piece of paper he did not want to sign with a Draco to his head. At what point, black people, is this man allowed to say, yeah, he did it? This ain't now. If you'd have called Gucci back in the early 2000s, 2008 or something like that, when he was running around sipping lean and he was with the smoke, yeah, when he wasn't rolling with two police officers as his security, yeah, it probably would have went, the way you suggested. But like I said, the environment you told on yourself by even, doing, like, y'all premeditated this. Y'all sat up here and traveled across state lines. See, that's another reason why you messed up. Because now that's what made it federal. Because y'all went from wherever y'all was at in Memphis, it came to Dallas with Dracos to kidnap your CEO and force him to sign something. So I think the charges is, I don't even think he got robbery charge, he got kidnapping. And you already own federal supervision. They let you out and you do this. Your father with you. Your father a yes man. Like, Pooh Shiesty, you never had a chance. When your father sitting up here co-signing this foolishness. If anybody supposed to be the voice of reason, if anybody supposed to be like, nah, we're not doing that, listen, it's a better way. You got millions of dollars. Let's go get the best attorneys, and we gonna do it that way. But see, this is what the culture celebrates. You know what I'm saying? This is what the culture, they want this facade street life to represent black culture. Right? Instead of telling people the truth. Like, if you do this dumb move, you gonna be right back in federal prison. And Big 30, you got to be the goofiest of them all. You sitting there recording the whole situation. You've been waiting on your homie to get home from prison all this time just for him to drag you back where he just came from in federal lockup. You got to be a damn fool. And I hate to be cussing, God pardon me, on this Easter Sunday, but you's a fool to let this man send you off like that, and you sit up there and let him send himself off like that. The dangers of, see, that's why you need people in your circle that hold you accountable. You need people in your circle to check you when you out of pocket, so you won't crash out. Because we all have our moments, right? But you got somebody in your circle that'll tell you the truth. Man, dude, let's sit down somewhere, bro. A matter of fact, come take this ride with me. Let's chop it up. Because you tweaking. You tweaking, bro. Like, what was going through your mind for 10 to 12 people that actually sit down like, yeah, you know what we gonna do? We're gonna go to Dallas. We're gonna bring the Dracos. We're gonna bring the Drakes. When we get there, man, we're gonna get Gucci to come to the stew, right? Hey, if you don't want to sign it, man, we're going to up Drake, make him and rob him and make him sign it. What? Nobody sat back. Everybody was like, yeah, let's do it. Because, see, that's the danger of having a whole bunch of yes men around you. Somebody knew that wasn't right. You can't tell me somebody didn't know that wasn't right. Like, bro, wait a minute. You said what? We about to rob Gucci, man. Ain't that what? Man, you insane, bro. We going to jail, boy. You going to jail, man. Nah, man, we ain't doing that, man. This is what we gonna do. You see, when you mix the streets and that type of business, multi-million dollars, you can't do that, bro. You got people that they don't live by that code that's around. You got people that's at this studio that they don't play by them rules. This ain't the same Gucci. You can tell by who he rolling with. Gucci way older now. He might rap about that, but I mean that's entertainment. That's how he get his money. But you can see by the moves he make, he ain't on that. And people want to talk about he snitched. He don't care. He about to go home to his wife and his millions of dollars in the bank. That man do not care about y'all calling him a snitch. What he supposed to do? Oh, I'm gonna keep the G. I ain't gonna talk to the police. I ain't gonna say nothing. Knowing the police, your security gonna tell them everything anyway. That was stupid. That was the dumbest thing I heard in 2026 so far. And I done heard a lot of dumb stuff. But this by far takes the cake. Man. And it's sad, man, because we got to set a better example with the culture, man. I got a song dropping soon called The Culture. And it really it couldn't be more on time for what's going on right now in the culture. Like, we got to celebrate being intelligent, making wise decisions and stuff, man. You know, we can't be out here throwing our life away, crashing out. You know what I'm saying? Because we in our feelings about something that, we could go ahead and have conflict resolution and talk it out. I mean, it's nothing wrong with taking somebody to court, man, if they doing you wrong on a business tip. You know what I'm saying? And if you gonna do some street shit, you gotta do it. You gotta do it correctly. Like I'm saying, like, I'm not even knocking him. If he felt that way about it, I'm not knocking him for, like, man, riding down on Gucci, like, man, quit playing with me. You know what I'm saying? Let me out this contract. I ain't knocking that. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Why would you do that at a multi-million-dollar studio while he got his security with him? What? So while y'all run around talking about Gucci snitching, just think about that. It don't matter if he's snitching. There's cameras around and there's white people that's police officers around. Get out of here, man. Oh, man. I'm praying for people to have a common sense, man. But yeah, got to get back to work. Happy Easter once again. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. Peace and blessings, everybody. Until next time, we should see you soon. Love.